Here we are again. Welcome back. It's been about a week since my last video when I was initially diagnosed with breast cancer. And so it's been a busy week. Actually, I think we're on like day 10 now. And there's been a lot that's happened. So I had a PET scan and we were able to identify like all areas of concern and that kind of thing. Great news is that there's nothing that we didn't already know about. So the cancer is isolated in my breast and kind of underarm area. There is an area in my pelvic area, like a spot in the pelvic area that they're going to look at closer with a CT. So I kind of feel like, okay, well, if there's something there, it sounds like it's small, so good. So I never thought I would actually say like, oh, it's just breast cancer. But you know what? I mean, like I'm celebrating the fact that it's not like in my lungs and my lymph nodes, like hasn't spread through my lymph nodes since it is in one lymph node. So, I mean, there's always something to celebrate. And for me, like that was like awesome news. So I'm super excited about that. Have a CT scan coming up to look at that other area. And then I'm also going to be meeting with my surgeon and two oncologists. And they're gonna this week, and we're gonna come up with a game plan and start scheduling dates for treatments and stuff like that. And I'm so ready. Like I'm ready. I feel so strong, which by the way has a lot to do with the outpouring of love and prayers and support. Everybody's just been incredible. I mean, incredible. You guys have really filled my heart. And in my home, I have some beautiful flowers, cards, and just notes and phone calls and texts and prayers. And, if you've been a part of that, honestly, I just want to reach out with my whole heart and let you know how much that is meant to me and how much fuel you are giving me to just plunge myself forward through all of this. And thank you with my whole heart. Thank you. So I've had some really neat conversations this past week and a lot of comments and stuff. And, one of the most surprising comments I think that I've seen recurring is that the way that I'm dealing with this is inspiring to people. And I told a girlfriend yesterday who I hadn't been able to talk to through this whole thing yet. We finally had a chance to talk, and she said something, like that. And I've seen a lot of comments like that. And I was like, I mean, like, I'm not superhuman. I mean, like, there's nothing, I'm just like anybody else. And she's like, well, no, I mean, like, your attitude's really positive. And I mean, but the thing is, guys, I mean, anybody can have a positive attitude. I mean, it's just a matter of choice. And she and I were talking, and I was like, we all, I mean, like, you don't have to have cancer to understand this. I mean, like, life happens. There's always stuff. There's always going to be situations that we would probably choose not to go through if we had a choice, but they're going to happen anyway. And so, I mean, we can go through those things with a good attitude or a bad attitude. And it's really that simple, and it's a choice. And I was explaining to her, like yesterday was Sunday, and I said, it's kind of like, tomorrow's Monday. Monday morning, people have to get up and go to work. We all have to get up and go to work on Monday morning. And I said, it's not like any of us are really super, I mean, is everyone super excited? I mean, like, yeah, it's cool to like love your job and all that stuff, but I mean, which I do. But I mean, even though I love my job, I'm not like super excited to get up on Monday morning to go to work, which anybody that knows me knows I'm not a morning person anyway. But it's like, I mean, if you got to get up and you got to go to work, you might as well have a good attitude doing it, because if not, it's going to be a long, drawn out, miserable day, and your colleagues aren't going to be so happy to be around you either. It's like, I mean, but if you go in at it with the best attitude possible and make, have fun, enjoy it, and because you have to be there no matter what. And that's kind of the point is, if you have to go through things, we don't necessarily get the choice of, whether or not we go through life situations or different events. I mean, whether it be, work related, relationship related, financially related, health related. I mean, we don't always have the choice of going through different situations. You wind up on the side of the road with a flat tire, or your car broke down or whatever. You didn't get a choice about it, but you can definitely choose your attitude. And so that's my takeaway this week, is to choose your attitude, and let it work for you and not against you. And people will probably enjoy being around you a little bit more if you're choosing a positive attitude. So anyway, that's the update for now. We'll probably come back with another who's we, me, probably come back with another update in a couple of days after I've met with the surgeon and 2 oncologists, and we know a game plan, and get this ball rolling, guys. Keep the prayers coming. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Actually, I had one other question that I was going to address. I've had so many questions, like good questions. One of my girlfriends asked me, do you think about it, like, is it always in the forethought of your mind? And I thought about it for a second, and I was like, well, yeah, probably for the first like 48 hours, honestly. I mean, like, it was like, and even then, like, as I got through like day 5, day 6, there were a couple of times where I'm like, holy smoke, like, I mean, I have freaking cancer, like, I mean, like, it just, like, the aha of, like, the reality of, like, wow, this is real. And so, I mean, yeah, it kind of sunk in over the first couple of days, but no, it doesn't. Like, I'm not dwelling in that space. I mean, like, there's a lot that I'm doing. I'm talking to a lot of people, doctors, appointments, and tests and stuff like that. And of course, just responding to friends and loved ones and family and whatnot that I've been talking to. But, like, I'm not dwelling in that space. Like, it's not necessarily in the forethought of my mind constantly. In fact, I kind of was thinking the same thing. I'm like, man, like, if I want to get together with friends and, like, say, go have dinner or whatever, I mean, like, can I, like, just go eat a burger and, like, be normal, like the girl that I was the day before my diagnosis? Like, I mean, can we just have fun like that? Or are my friends going to be, like, sitting there looking at me like, she got cancer, whatever. So far I've seen a couple of friends and no one's looked at me funny, so that's good. When this goes, we might get a different reaction, but we'll see. And yeah, so that's where we are, guys. So anyway, sorry to keep this, trying to keep it kind of short. And we'll be back in a couple of days with an update. And again, thank you for your friendship, for your love. I try not to get emotional. It means so much to me, though. It really, really has touched my heart. Just the outpouring of love and support and friendship and prayers, all of it. So thank you. Even some of my non-praying friends are praying. So, like, for me, I've always said, and if you're listening to this, you know that you've heard this before. I've always said, if you're one of my friends that's like a non-praying friend, I think God listens to those prayers even more, just because he knows that it's like extra special. You're really going out of your comfort zone. So if you're a non-praying friend of mine and you haven't prayed yet, please do me a favor and just say a little prayer. So anyway, thank you for your support. I really love all of you guys, and thanks. We're going to get through this. All right, bye.